Have you ever felt like you have nothing? Like the world has dealt you the worst hand possible? Let me tell you a story about a young boy named Armin, who felt just that way every single day. Armin was poor, so poor that his shoes were torn and tattered, a constant source of shame and a target for his classmates' cruel jokes. Every day at school was a trial, a battle against laughter and pointing fingers. He walked with his head down, his spirit as worn out as the soles of his shoes. He believed he was the unluckiest boy in the world, carrying a heavy heart filled with resentment and sadness. He dreamed of a life where he could have new shoes, nice clothes, a life without ridicule. One afternoon, as Armin was walking home, dragging his feet and his heavy heart, he passed by a park. The air was filled with the sounds of joy, children laughing, shouting, and running freely. He watched them, a pang of envy twisting in his gut. They all seemed so happy, so carefree, with their neat clothes and sturdy shoes. Then, his eyes fell upon a boy sitting alone on a bench, away from the chaos of the playground. This boy wasn't running or playing. He was just watching, a gentle smile on his face. Armin noticed that the boy had no legs. He stopped, frozen in his tracks. As he stood there, the boy on the bench looked up, and his gaze landed on Armin's feet. Armin instinctively tried to hide his torn shoes, bracing for another wave of mockery. But the boy's smile widened. "Your shoes are nice," he said, his voice clear and genuine. Armin was stunned. He looked down at his own wrecked shoes, then at the space where the other boy's legs should have been. A strange, powerful feeling washed over him. His heart felt tight as if it was being squeezed, but it wasn't painful. It was something else, something profound. In that single, fleeting moment, Armin's world tilted on its axis. The boy with no legs, who couldn't run or even walk, was admiring his shoes, his torn, broken shoes. That night, Armin couldn't sleep. He tossed and turned. The image of the boy and his words were playing over and over in his mind. "Your shoes are nice." The sentence echoed in the silence of his room, louder than any of the taunts he had ever endured. For the very first time in his life, Armin felt a surge of gratitude. It was a foreign feeling, yet it warmed him from the inside out. He had legs, he could walk, he could run, he could jump, he could feel the ground beneath his feet, even through the holes in his shoes. Suddenly, his poverty seemed so small, so insignificant compared to the wealth he possessed in his own two legs. He realized that maybe, just maybe, he wasn't as poor as he had always believed. A new perspective had dawned, illuminating the darkness he had lived in for so long. The very next day at school, the usual happened. A group of classmates surrounded him, their laughter echoing in the hallway as they pointed at his worn-out shoes. But this time, something was different. Armin didn't lower his head in shame. He didn't feel the familiar sting of tears in his eyes. Instead, he looked at them, a calm, knowing smile spreading across his face. "At least I can run," he said, his voice steady and clear. "Some children can't." The laughter stopped abruptly. The boys looked at each other, their smirks fading into expressions of confusion and discomfort. They had no response. Their words, once so powerful, were now empty and meaningless. From that day forward, everything changed for Armin. He no longer saw himself as the poor boy with torn shoes. He saw himself as a boy who could run, a boy who was fortunate. The taunts still came occasionally, but they no longer had the power to hurt him. He had found a strength within himself that was more valuable than any pair of new shoes. He learned that true wealth isn't measured by what you have, but by your gratitude for what you possess. Armin's story is a powerful reminder for all of us. It's so easy to get caught up in what we lack, to compare ourselves to others and feel inadequate. But if we just take a moment to look around, to truly see our own lives, we might just discover that we are richer than we ever imagined. So next time you're feeling down, remember, Armin. Remember to be grateful for the simple things, for the ability to walk, to see, to hear, to live. Because somewhere out there, someone is dreaming of having what you have right now. Thanks for watching. If this story touched you, please like and subscribe for more content that inspires.